Hey y'all, my name is Kelsey, and in just 1 week, I leave home to head to Georgia to start my Appalachian Trail thru hike. I am so dang excited. It is finally here. This has been like 5 years in the making, and I'm only a few days away. I finally have my gear all together, and I am excited to share that with you guys. If you watched my intro video, then you know I hiked a portion of the Appalachian Trail in 2020. So most of this gear is stuff that I purchased between 2018 and 2020. And you know, certainly with what I've learned, the experience I've gained, and just how much gear has improved in the last 3 years, there are things that I would upgrade or update if I had an unlimited budget. But hey, I already have this stuff. It works. So I'll kind of touch on things that I love, things that I would change. But I am not a gear pro. So if you are interested in weights and prices and full brand names that I don't say in this video, please check out my LighterPack link. It will be down below, and then it's always linked in my channel as well. So if there's something that you're curious about that I don't touch on, you might find it there. If not, leave me a comment asking me a question, and I will try my best. I want to talk about, you know, there's so many gear videos on YouTube, but I think that they have value, and that's why I'm choosing to make one. When I first started having an interest in backpacking, I didn't have friends or family that I could talk to and learn from and borrow from. So everything that I learned, every gear choice that I made was because some stranger on the internet took the time to either write an article, write a review, or make a gear video. So whether you are a gear pro or you just stumbled upon this video and you've never seen an Appalachian Trail gear video before, I hope that I can be a resource for you. And if there is something that I don't answer, yeah, just leave a question in the comments. I actually try to respond to every single comment. I think if y'all are taking the time to write me, I'm gonna give you my time in return out of respect and love, and try to write you back the best I can. So I truly appreciate every single one of y'all here in my little corner of the internet. And without further ado, let's get into some gear. So starting with my pack, this is the REI Women's Flash 55. I actually think this is discontinued, but I stinking love this pack. It is considered ultralight. It's not the like bare bones ultralight type of backpack. It does have quite a few modifications that you can make, and I have made a few of those. So you'll notice I did take the brain off. It comes with a 3-liter detachable brain that I just filled with small junk when I use it. So I've taken that off. I have added a little bit of a reflective cord right here, and then it has a little toggle attachment that just isn't super secure in my experience. So I added a little carabiner there. I did leave on the trekking pole attachments here if you're doing like a road walk or traveling. And then it comes with 2 of these compression straps on both sides. So I left both on that side, but have just one on this side. I found I just wasn't using that one. Here on the back, I did leave both hip belts pouches on. So one mesh, one water resistant. I use both. It is an internal frame pack with a 1-piece molding, back padding into hip belts. Just so comfortable for me. One upgrade that I did make is I took off the cell phone shoulder pouch that came with it and have upgraded thanks to Chicken Tramper Ultralight Gear for sending me this shoulder strap attachment. It is seamed, sealed, super water resistant, and has a little bit more capacity than the pouch that originally came with my pack. So thanks again to y'all over at Chicken Tramper Ultralight Gear. I am excited to get that out on trail. And then this is called a little Spuds. It is actually a lens cloth cleaner, or lens cleaner cloth for cameras, and it folds in like that, but I just use this as a Kleenex. I blow my nose on it. It keeps me from getting snot on my sleeves. And I can just unclip it and throw it in the wash when I need it. So I do not take a pack cover out with me. On the inside, I just have a trash compactor bag to keep my things nice and dry. This bag dries out super quick, so that method has worked for me. In addition to my pack, I also carry a fanny pack. This is just the Patagonia Black Hole 1 liter fanny pack. I use it as my purse when I have a town day, and I typically just fill it with snacks. Rather than putting snacks in my hip belt pockets, I'll keep them in here, and then at night I will hang this with inside my food bag, so all those food smells are not in my tent. And then in this front pocket here, I've just got a couple of my day-to-day necessities. So I've just got my hand sanitizer in there, my Super Salve chapstick. I'm not sponsored by Super Salve, but you'll see I have multiple of their items. I think they are just the best. And then just a small knife in that front pocket. And then yeah, just some snacks on the inside ready to go already. In one of the side pockets of my backpack, I keep the Z-Packs Freewind seat. It's just 1 ounce. I love this thing. It's kind of beat up. I use it like every break I take, and then at night I put it under my hips to give just a little bit of extra cushioning and also a little bit of extra warmth right there under the booty. And then I have my ultralight Saks wallet that kind of floats around. You can find them on Etsy. That's where I got this, and just love that color green. So I have my wallet too. Moving on to my shelter system, I am a tent camper. I use the Big Agnes Tiger Wall 2-person tent. It is a 2-wall, double wall, semi-freestanding tent, meaning that it uses both tent poles and needs to be tied out. I have about 50 nights in this tent, so not a ton, but enough to know that I really like it. I think it's a great size, great weight, easy to put up, easy to tear down, really packable. So I will be taking this back out with me. So it does just have the tent and the rain fly, and then tent poles are in here. The majority of my tent stakes are the ones that came with it, which are just these little guys right here. I did lose a few, so I replaced them with the MSR groundhogs. I think I meant to buy the mini groundhogs, but didn't, so whatever, I have them. I'm gonna take them. And then I do, you have to purchase this separately, but I do use the actual footprint that's made to go with the tent because it's just sized so perfectly and has the clips and tie-outs and things. I think it just is faster. I got it on sale. And then I'll also put this under my sleeping pad if I ever do stay in a shelter, just for an extra layer of protection and cleanliness between the shelter floor and my sleeping pad. So love this Tiger Wall tent. So speaking of sleeping, I use the Neo Air X-Lite inflatable sleeping pad. This is a small upgrade from 2020, only because the first Neo Air X-Lite sleeping pad I had, I have lost. So this is now the women's length, a little bit shorter, a little bit lighter, a little bit warmer than the one I had in 2020, and they also upgraded their valve system. So it is a little bit noisy. I know people complain about that, but I just have not found anything that is warm and comfortable like the Thermarest Neo Air X-Lites are. This is also a slightly different color yellow than the one I had in 2020. My sleeping bag is the REI Magma 15 degree mummy bag. This is something that had I known then what I know now, I would not have purchased. I would have gone with a quilt instead, but I do like this bag. It is very warm, very comfortable, light, packs well. I'm just a side sleeper, so sometimes my head gets lost in the mummy hood, and I end up just pulling it down around my neck anyway. And so between that and the weight savings you get from a quilt, I would probably do a quilt instead. And looking ahead to warmer weather, I've got my eye on a couple like 40 degree quilts that I might swap this out for. along the trail. That sleeping bag is super warm, but just for coziness and cleanliness, I do use a Sea to Summit Reactor sleeping bag liner inside of it. This is like a security blanket. It is so cozy. And then when I'm in town, I'll put all my dirty clothes on the bottom and throw it over my shoulder like a hiker trash Santa Claus, and take all my dirty clothes to the washer machine in it. So dual purpose there. I also sleep in the hostels in it when they're too warm for my sleeping bag. I'll sleep in just this. And then I cannot sleep without a pillow. So my Nemo Pillow Elite pillow, I just love this thing. It is inflatable, so it packs down super small, and I like this fabric that they use as a pillowcase. So that's coming with me too. And then last but not least, I have my earplugs. I highly suggest earplugs, whether you plan to sleep in a shelter or just your tent. You know, there's the people snoring around you, and at night, every single raccoon sounds like a bear, so drowns out some of those spooky, scary noises. And I specifically recommend the ones with a cord, because then you can't lose just one. If you roll over in the middle of the night and one pops out, it'll still be there for you in the morning. My sleeping bag will go in this ultralight Sacs compression sack. I got this off Etsy. It is their large size. And I like that it is both a dry bag and a compression sack, but weighs like stinking nothing. Great price. So my sleeping bag will go in that inside my pack, just to make sure it stays nice and dry since it is down. That is my sleep system. So my trekking poles are another thing that I would probably upgrade if I had a little bit more budget. These are the Lucky Legacies. I've done about 400 miles with them, and you know, I thought they looked like the perfect pole, and I don't know if I just got like a defective pair or what, but my left one doesn't stay tight. So as I'm hiking, it gets a little bit shorter and a little bit shorter, and then I'm hiking uneven and I have to stop and extend it. So they're not perfect, but they're nice. They've got the cork handles, they're nice and light. Besides that one complaint, they do just fine. So taking those back out with me too. I have, you know, tried to do the frog togs, and power to ya if you can. The first time I wore them, I got a big hole in the pants, and I know you can repair them with duct tape, but if I have to wear rain gear, which I'm already going to be unhappy about, I just swapped back to my Marmot precip rain pant or rain set. So the jacket, it has the pit zips, it has the hood that can retract, and then it has like this little visor that kind of sticks out so your face doesn't get rained on. So I have the Marmot jacket, also have the Marmot pants, the zips at the ankle. They're good. I also have the Z-Packs rain mitts. I don't wear these very often, but like to have them with an early start. You get some of that cold and wet weather. Couple days I might wear them. They weigh like nothing, so worth having. My puffy, this is something else I'd probably change if I had a little bit more, but this is the Patagonia Nano. I like it. I wish I would have gotten one with a hood. I didn't think that I'd want a hood, but I was wrong. So again, something I would change, but because this doesn't have a hood, I just made sure that my mid layer would have a hood. So my mid layer is going to be my Melanzana hoodie, the Micro Good fleece, and it's my favorite color, green. Has the hood that kind of makes you look like an egg because it's got the drawstring on it, and it has that kangaroo pocket too. I wear this in real life, just like the one I'm wearing today, so kind of comfy just to have with me too. For cold weather hiking, I have a Smart Wool set of 250 gram wool base layers. I've got the long pant leggings and the long sleeve shirts. I really prefer Smart Wool. I think the 250 gram keeps you nice and warm, but on hot days it's you know, still a little bit breathable. So got that for cold weather hiking, and on those warm days I just have an REI Sahara t-shirt and my favorite REI Active Pursuits shorts. These are the most comfortable shorts if you're looking for a pair of shorts to hike in. These things are light, they dry fast, they're comfortable, they don't rub. Highly suggest they're on my LighterPack. For undies, I've got my Patagonia Barely bra. I have 2 of these, so one's probably gonna get swapped out sometime when it gets too nasty. And then I like to have options for undies. I've got 1 pair of Icebreakers wool undies and 1 pair of the Ex Officio quick drying lightweight undies. For cold weather layering, under those rain mitts, I do have Smart Wool 250 gram liner gloves. I like these because of course they are warm when they're wet. So usually I'll just wear these and not use the rain mitts unless it's gonna be really nasty. These do a great job. Then I also have the Smart Wool headbands to keep my ears warm, and the Smart Wool buff. Something else, this will probably get sent home once it warms up and I'll just swap out for a normal buff. But I like their wool buffs for nasty cold weather. For my camp clothes, I actually just have a duplicate set of the Smart Wool 250 gram long sleeve and leggings. This is an upgrade from 2020. Back then I had 1 pair of Smart Wool to hike in and 1 pair of Icebreakers base layers to sleep in, but they were just a little bit itchy. The waistband wasn't as comfortable, so I did upgrade to a 2nd pair of 250 gram Smart Wool base layers for pajamas. And then because this headband's probably gonna get rained on, and I still like to have my ears warm at camp, I am taking a second, I'm taking a beanie. I have this thing on the second I'm at camp. I will sleep in it. I just love a good cozy beanie. And then as far as footwear goes, I am shocked that I have converted to the Hoka Speed Goats. I have only ever hiked in Solomon trail runners, and you know, I like them. I don't love them. I like them. They've always done great. But I put on these Hokas and I am really, really excited, y'all, to get some miles on these things. They feel pretty great. So inside of those Hoka Speed Goats, I do have the sole inserts, the red ones, and then I do the classic combo of the Injinji toe sock liners with the Darn Tough wool socks. These are the Micro Crew, so a little bit taller, and the full thickness. I've got the lightweight Micro Crews that I'll switch to once it warms up, because I think I'll still do the Injinji even through the summer. So pretty classic combo, taking 2 of each, that way I always keep 1 dry. So 2 of those, and then my camp socks. These are not ultralight, but man, are they cozy. These are the Smart Wool PhD socks, super thick, super cushy. Nothing feels better after a long day hiking than a cushy, warm pair of socks. And for camp shoes, I do use Crocs, but I don't use the Crocs clogs. I just use these Crocs sandals. I'll probably swap them out for a clog or even like a Teva later on when I need a heel strap for river crossings. But I like these for now because they pack down really nicely. They pack down to basically nothing and can go inside my pack, versus the clogs. You have to clip on the back of your pack, and then I hate when things are knocking about on the back of my pack and they're swinging around. So for now, these will just go inside my pack, and I can wear my socks with them, so that's nice too. With my trail runners, I do have a pair of Dirty Girl gaiters. Not necessary, but I feel like they just help me keep the crud out of my feet. And the cleaner my feet are, the fewer blisters I have. So just one of those little foot care items. And then my last accessory are my sunglasses and sunglass strap. Did y'all see me hit myself in the face with those? Messy. This is probably my 6th pair of these cheap Amazon sunglasses, but I like them, and they are polarized, which is super nice too, and they are super lightweight. So I'm taking those, and then anything that I am not wearing or plan to wear during the hiking day will go in this Z-Pack dry bag inside my pack to keep it organized, and just to have like a double insurance that I have dry clothes when I get home. Electronics. This is somewhere I probably could save weight, but I'm gonna start with all this and see kind of what I use and what I like. I think I'll keep it all, but we will see. So I am filming right now on my iPhone 13 mini. This is the OtterBox case that I plan to take with it. I'm also using a pocket tripod. Please check it out on my LighterPack if you have been looking for an ultralight tripod. This thing is so stinking cool. Check that out. But then I also will be carrying an Insta360 X3 camera with the selfie stick that comes with it. I'm really excited for some of the cool video footage I'll be able to get with this. So stay tuned to see what fun I have with these two things. In addition, for my father's sake of mind, I do carry a Garmin InReach. This is another thing. I wish I would have gotten the mini, but I already have this, so yes, it weighs more. Yes, I will be taking it. My headlamp might change, but right now I've got the Black Diamond Spot. This does take just AAA batteries. For me, it's one less thing that I have to remember to recharge, and I don't mind swapping out the batteries. So it does have the red light. It's done me well. It's nice and bright. So I am taking that back out for now. I do just have like a corded set of iPhone headphones. I love to listen to music, podcasts, audiobooks, so I'll probably have those in as I head down trail. And then to keep everything charged, I have two battery packs. One is the Anchor 10,000 milliamp and one is an off-brand 10,000 milliamp. I do take both. I go a couple days without going in town, sometimes longer than I feel like other hikers do, so I do take both of these. And then to keep everything charged and get it charged quickly and efficiently in hostels, I do have the Anchor 4-port charging square, and then just a variety of cords. I do have to take 3 different types for my camera, my Garmin, and my phone, and then the batteries charge off of the same one as my Garmin. So all of my cords, and those stay nice and dry in a little Z-Packs dry bag with some of those little silica pouches in them to keep everything dry. Moving on to all my kitchen goods. This is a nifty little thing that I made in 2020, but it works so well for me. I sort of like modified a smart water bottle with a Camelback hose because I was sick of having to reach back into my water bottle pocket, and I was finding that I wasn't drinking as much water because of it. So this allows the bottle to be in the pocket, and this goes over my shoulder strap. It's always handy like this for me to drink water out of. It doesn't weigh very much extra, and it makes me drink so much more water, so worth it to me. I might make a video on how to make that. Super simple though. If you're curious, let me know. And I do need a new smart water bottle, but I do carry 1 full liter smart water bottle, and this always has clean water in it. Then on my other side, I carry a 16-ounce ultralight Nalgene, and this is what I'll typically put like a drink mix, like a Noon tablet or a liquid IV or something in on the other side. To get and filter my water, I have the 2-liter Canuck bag. So this always has dirty water in it, and then I screw my Sawyer micro right to it and just use like a pressure and roll it down and squeeze that clean water into my water bottles. This is another thing, if I was buying brand new, I would probably just do the Sawyer full size. Somewhere on trail, I am gonna have to swap this out and I'll get the Sawyer full size, but this is what I have. It hasn't frozen, works great. So this Sawyer micro will be starting out on the trail with me. My Z-Packs food bag is already full of food for my first 5 days. So I'm taking this back out on trail with me. I did see a video where when you do your bear hang, you should use a locking carabiner. so that way your bear rope, your bear hang cable can't sneak back in here and then it gets stuck in the tree. So I did upgrade to a Night Eyes #2 locking carabiner. It just has a simple locking mechanism here. So that's a small upgrade. Other than that, I do just use the rock bag that came with it and the cable that came with it too. In that bag, I keep my extra smart water bottle cap in case I want to just have the bottle and not take this with me. I can screw that on it and then it won't leak. And then I've got my kitchen setup and my spork, the Sea to Summit titanium spork. Long handle so I don't get my nasty grubby hands in my food bag. This is something that I actually made. It is my alternative to one of the rehydrating freezer bag cozies. So it is 2 pieces. When I take off this top here, it has my Sea to Summit X mug inside of it. You ultralighters can pry this out of my dead hands. I love my mug in the morning to have my coffee in. I have coffee and carnation instant breakfast every single morning, and because no other food goes in my mug or in my pot, I like having a separate thing for my coffee that I can clean out and then keep my pot just having water in it. And then that lid that I took off, I use this to put my freezer bags down inside once I'm ready to eat them, and I can fold over the edges and use it kind of like a bowl, so I can eat out of it and then hold it without my hand getting burnt on that hot food too. So a little bit more convenient, a little bit more comfortable. The bottom portion fits my Toaks titanium pot perfectly down inside of it. So I do have the 750 milliliter. Inside that I have my Bic mini lighter. This is still the same one I had in 2020, so don't know how long it has left. Also just a little tiny microfiber cloth to clean out the inside of my mug or pot, make sure it's nice and dry before I put all my things back in it. My stove is the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe. The only difference between the Pocket Rocket and the Pocket Rocket Deluxe is the small igniter. So it like has a little spark on it. Probably not worth it. Again, something I would just buy the normal Pocket Rocket if I was buying now. And then last but not least, I do carry just a little 4-ounce thing of butane fuel. Coming to my last section, my health and hygiene section. We gotta start with the poop kit. I do not have my toilet paper packed yet, but I do have my Deuce #2 spade. You know, some people wrap the handles, but I haven't really had an issue with it. So that stays in a gallon Ziploc with my toilet paper, nice and handy at all times. I do have a small REI pack towel to dry off things like my tent, anything that might be dirty, I don't know, like dry off my feet with. And I keep that separate from the rag that I wash my face with. So I do carry 2 little pack towels. One is just a really ultralight towel, and this one is actually a Smart Wool bandana. This is what I wash my hands and face with every single night and every single morning. So I like having 2 designated towels for that. For my personal hygiene bag, I do keep it in one of the lock sacks, the OPSAC scent-proof bags. I don't know how scent-proof they really are, but then this goes in my food bag at night, and I do hang this. So inside there, of course, I have a toothbrush and toothpaste. This is just a normal full-size toothbrush. I also have my unscented Dr. Bronner's soap. Honestly, I'll probably pour half of this into my normal bottle here before I leave home. This stuff goes so far, and that'll save me like an ounce. So I'll probably pour some of that in. I do carry my acne face stuff and put it on every day. I've got 2 hair ties in there. And then back to that brand Super Salve, I use the Outdoorsman cream. It's more like a lotion. Calendula salve, This can be put on blisters, this can be put on cuts, burns, stings. It's antimicrobial. Great stuff. I've used it as chapstick. And then I am going to start with just some arnica muscle salve from them too. Each of these containers is 1/2 ounce. And so for me, the benefit and comfort they provide is worth that weight. So that is my hygiene kit. It doesn't fit in there, but I do use a Tangle Teaser travel hairbrush. This is the best type of hairbrush I use every day anyway. Their travel one is also very lightweight if you're looking for a hairbrush. And then my final thing is my first aid kit. You know, I could definitely pare this down, but I have seen other hikers' first aid kits, and they, I think, are a little bit too far pared down. I recently got trained as a wilderness first responder, and I'm really proud of that. And so I do just have some kind of worst case scenario things in here. I have one pair of hot hands, just in case there's a really cold night. I have an adventure wipe just because I had it and I'm gonna rig it in there with me. I have my Thermarest repair kit. One poison ivy rag. Personal pills like headache, ibuprofen, whatever. I've got Gas-X. I've got all the things that you don't want to deal with in the woods, putting those in there. 2 antiseptic towelettes. 2 different types of sting relief. One is this little wipe, and then one sting relief, what is it called? Sting swab. Soothe-a-Sting swab. And then my Leukotape. I am a little bit blister prone and I cannot stand them. So I do carry a full roll of Leukotape for the first few 100 miles. All right, guys, that is it. That is the gear that I am starting my 2023 Appalachian Trail thru hike with. Let me know what comments or questions you have down below. I'll do my best to answer them, and please, my next video is going to be my last video before I leave home, and it is going to be my question and answer video. I have been asking my friends and family on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, what they're curious about, but if you have something you're curious about, please leave it in the comment too of, hey, you know, please answer this in your next video, so that way I don't answer it in the comment. But thanks for being here, you guys. I cannot thank each and every one of you enough for giving me a little bit of time in your day. And I will see you so soon.